Hello, I'm Jameson, and I would like to talk about this article, Defining Documentary Film by Henrik Juel, and his ideas with possible modes or narrative strategies, particularly observational and performative, as well as two other of his ideas uh, of characteristics of a documentary, which relate to reality and truth. And I'd like to talk about these four ideas as they relate to A.D. New Orleans After the Deluge by Josh Neufeld. This is the version that I bought. There's a couple of different covers, but anyway. So this, according to Juel, A.D. New Orleans After the Deluge would be considered a documentary type graphic novel. Henrik is talking about films, but it can also be applied to graphic novels. And this graphic novel is observational in the sense that it is a fly on the wall, especially if you look at the prologue. There's not much text. It's a lot of show, and throughout the graphic novel, it's very descriptive with the characters speaking for themselves. Before the storm, during the storm, the flood, and then in the aftermath, it all takes on an observational documentary style in the sense that it just kind of presents it how it is. It's performative in the sense that it presents characters in the graphic novel for the sake of the graphic novel, and it also provides themes in the scenes for the sake of the graphic novel. The themes are colored. For example, in the beginning, in the prologue, there's a blue theme to show for water, and then the next theme in the first chapter is kind of a gold theme to show the golden age of New Orleans before it was hit by the storm. So it's performative in the sense that there are some features in the graphic novel that are in there for the sake of the graphic novel, such as the color themes of the chapters and the characters. Also, another item that Juel points to for characteristics of a documentary is representing facts and reality isn't enough. The documentary must work for change and provide a perspective on things. Otherwise, it's just a glorified surveillance camera if it doesn't provide a perspective on things and work for change. And the graphic novel, New Orleans After the Deluge, definitely does that. It shows what life was like for different people in different socioeconomic statuses and different life backgrounds. It provides a perspective on those things. Another item that Henrik points to is truth is not just in terms of general truths about human life, because after all, fiction films can provide general truths about human life, but the truths in documentary film must also accomplish a certain element of teaching or instruction. And the Latin word docere means teach or to instruct. And this ties in very nicely with Juel's earlier theme, which a characteristic of a documentary is to work for change and provide a perspective. This ties in with that. Teaching and instructing ties in with working for change and providing a perspective. And the graphic novel New Orleans After the Deluge provides the perspective and teaches and helps instruct the reader on everything that was going on socially before the storm, during the flood, and the aftermath, and people's reactions, and how people got mad, and how their lives totally changed, how people were totally ticked off, and they experienced grief, and et cetera, et cetera. I mean, it's all that is very. It's a good teaching moment for the reader to learn about how people experienced all of those emotions and experiences in a short amount of time. That's how I relate the article to the graphic novel.